play. Puck is intercepted right off the bat. A good chance for Hemsworth. Now it's brought out by number 14. That's Rich Rossack of the Blaze. In the Eels end. Play kept in. Now it's Hemstrom. That was a shot by Kalinowski, the big defenseman from Kazakhstan for the Eels. In his own end, it's 18 C.J. Barton. He got it ahead to Alec Kowalczyk. And now it's Rich Rothschild in the Eels end trying to get it back. It's brought out now by the Eels. Gets the line and out. That's Hemstrom with it. And he gets it to Kalinowski. Kalinowski. Cross ice pass to 11, Lucas Awe. Now it's 16, that's Hemstrom again. And it's put back into the end by Dill. Trent Dill, I believe is. Put back into the end. Gage Dill, I'm sorry. Low shot. Handled by Decatur goaltender. Another low shot. That's number 35, the goaltender Cameron Bernard. A 2000 from Boston, I believe. Here's Carnes. Scores! Quick shot by 42. That's Cameron Carnes. He found the far side against Bernard. And it's a 1-0 lead before the end of the second minute here. So Decatur finds themselves down 1-0 early in this one. Hayden Haldane out to take the draw for the Eels against number 22. That's Brock Gerhardt of the Decatur squad. Kept in at the blue line. That was a hard shot by Georgi Samudelkin. Pass in front is covered up by the Blaze goaltender Bernard. Now, in the third minute of this game, it's already 1-0 Florida Eels. If you're late tuning in, you missed the opening goal scored by Carnes in the second minute of this one. Decatur gets it out. It's through the neutral zone. Going right back in, though. This is Figueroa. Gets it to Handfast. Hard shot from the point by Mo Marquette. Is pushed aside, and now it's on the boards. Decatur trying to clear the puck. Now it's brought to the neutral zone. Alakin gets it across to number 64, which is Dugan, TJ Dugan. Brought back by Handfast. He makes a nifty move to get around one defender. Bad angle shot. Almost stuck it in the short side, though. And now this is Kalinowski with it. He brings it back through the neutral zone. This is an offensive-minded defenseman here, Kalinowski. He's made his presence felt on the score sheet this year for the Eels. Pushed out to the neutral zone. Kalinowski has it again. His pass is off the stick of Jamin Swigert, one of the Southern players on the Eels. Swigert is a 98. He's from Somerville, South Carolina. So one of the somewhat local players on an Eels team that is really a United Nations of players from all over Europe and North America. Now this is Podrazov getting it on this side to out of the reach of Hemstrom. All has it in the neutral zone. He got it back to defenseman number 6. Intercepted in front there. That was Gerber for Decatur. Gerber has it now. His cross-ice pass is intercepted by Podrazov. Pinimiasov gets it to number 15. That's Podrazov. Looks like the play went offside as we now enter the 5th minute of this game. Blaze has 23. Here's the Eels in control. Carnes, the goal scorer, going after behind the net. He has it now. Backhand pass. Quick wrister by Colton Crabtree. Just missed the far post. Clears his own, but Carnes is on it right away. Off the boards, Decatur get the back to the neutral zone. And that was Mo Marquette. He took a hit as he got it away. Hand fast in low. Nice pad save by Bernard on that. Bernard's been called on to make some saves early in this game. Been beaten once. Probably made at least 4 or 5 saves already. Here's Haldane with it on the right side. Try to get it back to the middle. It goes, clears his own, and Kalinowski gets after it. Pushed it ahead. Decatur forechecking pretty good. Here comes Kalinowski through the neutral zone. His hard wrister handled by Bernard. But that Kalinowski really has a lot behind that shot, and he's got a quick release. Now it's Crabtree on the draw against 44. That's 14. Rockshack on the draw for Decatur. Shot in from the point. That was Philip Skorik, whose shot was handled by Bernard. Eels continue to put the pressure on early here against the Decatur team. Colton Crabtree in the draw again. Kalinowski keeps it in to Medina. Now it's Crabtree with it. His cross-ice pass from Kalinowski. Off a leg. Crabtree gets to it. Now it's off a stick. Backhand shot. That was a nice stop there by Bernard. Really facing a lot of rubber here early. We're on the boards. This is Crabtree with it behind the net. Back to the point. That's number 20, excuse me. Skorik and Kalinowski are on a blue line now for the Eels, and they go back in their own end, but the puck went the length of the ice for icing. That's going to come back to the left of Bernard, who, let's face it, he's been the busiest guy in the ice so far. It's like Hemstrom. Pinimiasov is taking the face-off for the Eels against Rochak, who's chased out, and now that's going to bring in 25, I believe. Puck kept in. Drop pass by Crabtree. One-time shot by Nikita Pinimiasov. That goes just wide. Now it's behind the net. At the point. Scores! All right, I have to apologize. This is not unusual for the Eels. They're constantly looking for players. I'm going with an older list. I should have grabbed the sheet out front. That goal was scored by number 6, a defenseman who just arrived this weekend for the Florida Eels. I will get an update. I will get an update on that at the half. But number 6 was the one who scored that, defenseman. And as I said, I will get an update on who that is and where he's from. He has the puck now. Put out to the blue line. Now it's Hemstrom. Brought through the neutral. Oh, that's a nice hit by Hackbar. He knocks his man down. Far side wrister by Pitimiasa. That didn't miss by much. Just over the crossbar. Passed in front. Now it's picked up and sent to number 2. That's Jacob Gerber who got it in. Here comes the Eels. They got 4 on 3 here. Passed across. Tipped just wide of the mark. Number 12, Austin Wesolowski. He got it out to the Eels end. It's chipped through center, though. Stopped by Alakin. And they're going to say that's gloved ahead, I believe. It's going to go all the way back into the Decatur end. I do apologize for the Eels roster issues. I was using a roster they had at their tournament just 2 weeks ago, and I should have grabbed an updated one out at the desk in front. They've obviously made some changes already. So as you can see, this is a team that doesn't sit well with being at 500 right now. They've been scouring and finding new players already. Puck back in the Eels end. This is Mo Marquette with it now. Mo Marquette, one of their Quebec players. He's from St. Therese, Quebec. I think they have 3 French players on the team. This is Dugan with it now. His backhand stopped. Blockered aside by the Eels goaltender. Victor Paulson. Paulson is in goal for the Eels today. He's a native of Stockholm, Sweden. That puck goes the length of the ice. Icing is waved off as Georgie Samadelkin has it behind the net for the Eels. I think he was on this team last year, too. I think you remember that name. Here's a cross-ice pass just behind Figueroa. Melanson gets it in for Decatur, but it's brought right back out, and it's back in the Decatur end. Now 15:30 to go here in the first half of this game. We're 10 minutes in. Pushed back in by Kern. Behind the net is Jamin Swigert. Swigert with it. He backhanded in front. Pushed away by the goaltender, Cameron Bernard. And he's going to cover it up now. Pushing and shoving in front of the Eels end. It looks like Hackbar, the captain for the Decatur team. Pushing and shoving with Swigert, the South Carolina native, for the Eels. Cooler heads prevail. I don't believe all the officials are discussing. Maybe there will be some infractions called here. All 3 officials are discussing it now. We'll have to wait and see what they decide. Indeed, they are going to just continue here. Puck comes back to Kalinowski. Gets it to Hemstrom at the half boards. Now it's kicked out. This is Wesolowski, gets it to Smith. Smith, his shot wide of the far post. Kept it at the line by Decatur. And that was Hemstrom getting it across. Dropped back by Wesolowski, though, 2-on-1. Brought back up by the Eels. Back to the neutral zone. Backhand shot just wide. Bernard's going to cover it up for the Decatur Blaze. As I mentioned earlier, he's been one of the busier guys in this game. He's faced a lot of pucks already. Gage Dill will take the face-off here. He's got Crabtree with him. And Cameron Carnes. Fired around the boards to Off, who keeps it back in. On the far side, pass attempted for Lakin, but it's out of his reach. Carnes has it now for the Eels. Puck taken off the stick of number 14, Rochak, for Decatur. Now it's brought out. Pass across intended for 17. Lakin was in his skates. Now Crabtree with it at the other end. His backhander didn't have enough room. That was Pitcher getting it into the Eels end. Long pass there. As Hanfast got to Figueroa. Now Figueroa had the in-close attempt, but fired it high over the net. We're inside of 13 minutes to go here in the first half, closing in on the halfway mark of the period. This is the third game of the day here at the center ice surface at the Leaf Center. I believe there will be 6 here on the day. There's probably 40 games being played around the Chicago area today in this tournament. Mo Marquette with it now. He got it to Figueroa, who tipped it in. Here's a chance for Haldane. Off-balance shot goes high over the crossbar. Another chance there for Figueroa, got by him. Handfast with it. He drops it for Figueroa. Slap shot off of Haldane in front. He was looking for a deflection, but it came in a little high and ends up going off of him into the netting. I think the face-off will probably come outside. It will not, unless it went off of a Blaze player as well. Face-off is inside. Nikita Pinimiasov is on the draw against Hackbarth. Pinimiasov almost had a shot away there. That was brought out by Decatur, kept in by Philip Skorik. On the far side is Pinimiasov. He pushed off the puck by number 26, which is Alec Lorsong for Decatur. At the point now with it is Philip Skorik. Brought out by Gerber. He gets it into the Florida end. Skorik gets it across to Pinimiasov. That's taken away. Lakin comes in to help. With 4 players battling for it now on the wall. It comes out as the Eels recover. On the far side is Kalinowski. He circles around. Circles around again. Now the pass across to Handfast. One-timer by handled. And now it's back in the neutral zone. Here's Handfast. He dropped pass for Medina probably. Medina with it. Down low. He gets it across the Handfast. Brought out by number 92, Carter Smith. Back in the neutral zone. That's a weak shot, pushed aside by Victor Paulson. In the end, there's a penalty coming, it looks like. Play goes off the goalie and high. Bernard makes the stop there. There's a trip coming to the Blaze. It's number 64, TJ Dugan, getting the infraction. So the Eels will get their first power play of the game. Piniasov in to take the draw. He also has Podrazov and Dill all at the point. Cross ice pass to Figueroa. Figueroa has it again now. One-timer chance there by Piniasov. Now it's Figueroa again. Dill has it on the far side. Back to Awe on the point. We have 1 point man right now. They got 4 players down low. Cross ice speed, bad angle chance, but a rather well-placed shot by Jared Figueroa. Piniasov again. He gets it to Awe. Awe takes it back to Piniasov. Had to take it off his skate. Piniasov down to Dill in front. Dill has it behind the net now. He gets it to Podrazov. Back to the point now. It's Figueroa. He crosses and does a reverse with Awe. His shot's just wide of the post. Figueroa back on the blue line now. Again, they have one player. Oh, here comes Awe now again. Kind of go with a 1-4, I guess you would call it, attack. Puck on the stick! That was a pass, or attempted pass, off the stick, left it in front. And Bernard has to make the save there, as we're down to 27 seconds left in the Decatur penalty. Hamstrom's out there now for the Eels. Won the face-off, but now it's back in the Eels end. 20 seconds left as Kalinowski gets the puck across to Handfast. Now it's Haldane coming in on the right side. Haldane stays outside. Drops it back to Handfast. He makes a move. His bad angle shot is handled by Bernard. The Decatur team is doing a good job of keeping those Eels out of the main lanes in the front. A lot of the chances that the Eels are getting are coming from kind of low, bad angles. But it's never a bad idea to shoot the puck. 2 seconds left in the Decatur penalty. So if they are able to win this draw, they'll have a man coming through center. Kalinowski staying back as a sort of precaution. It did come to him too. 5-on-5 now. Hackbars has it. He chips it out to the middle. This is Lorsung with it. He gets a shot. He was looking at that far corner, but just wide of the far post. Here's Hackbars with a chance. Off the skate and wide. Kalinowski with it behind the net. He gets it to Haldane. Haldane into Dugan. Oh! Rothschild managed to hang on to it despite the hit, and he got his shot away. Inside 8 minutes to go here in the first half. Kalinowski with it. All the way around to Crabtree on this side. He's going to skate back into his own end. Takes a look and then leaves it for Mo Marquette. Now it's intercepted by Dugan. But he was knocked off the puck, and now here's Kearns. He's got Medina with him. Medina picks up the loose puck. Melanson tried to get it out, but it stopped. And a weak shot towards Bernard is handled. Behind the net is Awe. Pushed out to the neutral zone. Mo Marquette is going to stop it. He carries it in. Hard shot by Mo Marquette off the pads of Bernard. That's on the far side. Matt Kachterian of the Decatur Blaze. Now he has it again. Kachterian. Manning on this side. He's trying to get it out. Awe gets it to the point. That was Smith to 43. Manning got a chance of opening here. Figueroa is carrying it in after that. He's in alone. Figueroa off the post. Rebounds in. The net came off, but I'm not sure what they'll say on that. The rebound was put in by number 5. Looks like they're going to count it. So that was Hayden Haldane there for the rebound. He put it in. The puck came off the post and back to him. The puck went into... Actually, they're still discussing it. It might not be a goal yet. It is. So a glorious chance there for Haldane with the rebound coming right to him. And he just shoveled it right back into an empty net. And the Florida Eels grab a 3-0 lead now with a little under 6 minutes to go here in the first half of this game. The Florida Eels making their debut here at the Chicago Showcase against the Decatur Blaze, who are playing their second game of the weekend and second game of the season. So that line is going to stay out there. Haldane's going to take the draw. Hackbarth in for the Blaze. He's got Gerber with him. And I believe Lorsong on the other. Yeah, Gerber and Lorsong. That's the line. Haldane after it again. Tries to get a shot away. Shot, again, a bad angle shot handled by Bernard. Pass intended in front for Jared Figueroa. We have a whistle on the play. And Manning is going to the box off the bench. Now, I'm not sure if it's something he said or if he just went off the ice after the infraction. But the bottom line is, the Eels are going to get their second power play here as they look to build on a 3-0 lead halfway through late in the first half here. We're into the final 6 minutes actually. 5:46 to go in the first half. Hamstrom out there again for the Eels and Hackbarth again for the Blaze. Won by the Eels. Back to Kalinowski at the blue line. Across the hand pass. Hand pass. Back to Kalinowski again. His wrists are off a leg and goes wide. Now it's back to hand pass. Crabtree on the side. He gets a one-timer away. Blocks in front. Fired around the wall. That was C.J. Barton getting that play. Kalinowski gets it down low to hand pass. Here's another quick shot off a leg. And puck is fired the length of the ice. Kalinowski grabs it with 1:20 to go here on the Eels power play. Now it's 24 hand pass with it. Makes a move in close. Gets it to Dill. Dill back to hand pass. Handfast gets a shot away straight into the glove of Bernard. We have a penalty coming. I think the Decatur Blaze might be taking another one. Crabtree with it. Shot. Now we have a whistle. It's a high stick. To Barton. I wonder what Handfast said to him. Barton already had the deuce, and then Handfast said something that Barton didn't like. So C.J. Barton will get two. So the Decatur Blaze is going to go down two skaters here for the next 42 seconds or less. There's 4:28 to go. They will go down two skaters. 5-on-3 power play here for the Eels. Already up 3-0. Looking to build on that. They have Nikita Pinimiasov out to take the draw. I think Dill is with them. And Podrazov, all on the blue line. Taken away. Here's a good chance for Rochak. He's knocked off the puck and is brought back by the other defender. That's Figueroa. He carries it into the Eels end. Left for Awe. The far side. That was Figueroa. Now Awe again. Figueroa, one-timer. High over the net and into the netting. So that will result in a face-off. Hackbar's out there now for the Blaze. He's going to be taking the drag against Pinimiasov. 7 seconds left in the first penalty. The Eels have control here. Now it's left for Awe. One-time attempt on the far side. That's Pinimiasov. Couldn't get the handle on it. It's Figueroa to Awe. And scores! Through a crowd. That's Awe with the power play goal. The first penalty had expired. But the Eels will get the power play goal. And it's a 4-0 Eels lead here late in the first half. They're jumping out to a comfortable first half lead against a Blaze team now that has gone scoreless for almost 75 minutes in this tournament. They have yet to find the back of the net through 50 minutes yesterday and now 22 minutes and 28 seconds today. So the Blaze would love to get a goal and get back into this thing before the Eels can pull away even further. Both teams are now back at full strength. Here's Haldane with it. He has a goal already. He gets it deep into Blaze territory. Battle for it along the wall. Handfast goes up against Rochak for it. Now Handfast with it in close. He has it behind the net. He's pushed off of it by Rochak. He does actually still have one hand on it. Penalty coming to Rochak. No surprise. He was all over Haldane. Cross-ice pass to Figueroa. Goaltender's already on the bench. Decatur touches it up. And the Eels, who have already scored once on the power play, they're 1 for 2. They're going to get a third attempt here now. They're sending Hemstrom out there this time. He has Crabtree with him and Haldane. Handfast on the blue line with the player, I'm not sure who it is yet, number 6, but he already has a goal this game. Handfast fakes the shot. shot and a goal by Gabriel Hemstrom. 5-0 Blaze. Second straight power play goal. Gabriel Hemstrom pulls the trigger. I will get further updates on scoring probably at the halftime for this game. A lot of times they've been updating stuff at the intermission online, so I can give you an idea of just who has points for the Florida Eels, who are starting to really pull away in this thing now. It's 5-0 Eels late in the first half. Carnes has it now, looking for more. Carnes is deep into the Eels end, or excuse me, the Blaze end. Stopped there at the blue line by Carnes. He gets it down to Crabtree. Left for Carnes again. Carnes tried to get it to Dill, but it's intercepted. Now it's brought out by the Blaze. Wesolowski all over Mo Marquette. Can't get the puck away. Here comes a long feed. Meant for Crabtree's in alone. Crabtree! Great save, Bernard! What a great feed that was. Sent Crabtree in alone. But Bernard, who's made so many big stops already, made another there, preventing this thing from getting even worse. Blaze already down 5-0. Here's a quick shot from the blue line. Bernard with another glove save. He has to have made at least, I want to say, 15 or 20 saves already this game. Pini Miasov on the draw. He gets it to Medina. He shot just wide. Kept in at the line. That's Haldane with it. No, excuse me. That was 25. That's Jamin Swigert. Behind the net. Cross-ice feed. That was Piniasov with the great speed there. Brought out by Decatur. Flipped through the neutral zone. Gloved ahead, but it went to Decatur, so no call there. Medina has it. He was under some pressure by Dugan, who now peeled away. Pass. Piniasov tried to chip it in, but it was blocked. Now it's brought in again. Piniasov has it. Swigert, his shot stopped, rebound, covered up. Into the final minute here of the first half. Now we have some pushing and shoving behind the net. Looks like the Eels are going to carry at least a 5-goal lead into the second half of this game. There's still a minute to go. Who knows what could happen. 53 seconds to be exact, I guess. A lot of scoring behind me. I believe that's an elite level game. No, it's a premier game. The Atlanta team, I think, has just gone up 3-0 on the Casson Vipers behind me. So, good start for these Southern teams at the Chicago Showcase. They were not in action yesterday. A lot of them have been at work early here today. And I'm wrong. It's actually a 4-0 lead, it looks like, for the Atlanta Kings, the Atlanta Junior Kings. Back at the blue line, it hops over the stick of Kalinowski. He gets it back on his own blue line, pushed off the puck by Gerber. He does keep control, though. Now it's Decatur with it. Hackbarth on the board. He's hit hard from behind. Kalinowski now, there's a lot of angry people down there right now. This thing could get ugly. We're 36 seconds away from the end of the first half. A lot of people in headlocks down there. Started off with a hard hit by Kalinowski, maybe from behind. It's hard to tell. Can never be sure. Kalinowski. So Figueroa was already in the box. Kalinowski going in. There will for sure be some Decatur Blaze players in the box as well. Hackbarth, is he going to the locker room? Oh, he's getting some medical attention on the sideline. So 36 seconds to go here. We already had some coincidental minors. We're going to have some more. I'm assuming we're going to start the second half at 3-on-3. It'll look like an overtime. I don't think I've ever seen this before. The Eels have one of their goaltenders in the penalty box. 35. He must be serving one of the penalties. I guess that's an option, I guess. Pretty crowded on the Eels side right now. I'm assuming there'll be more Decatur players. Somebody's leaving. Kalinowski is leaving. I believe he might be done for the game. The Kazakhstan defender, he's going to the locker room a little early. Looks like Swigert going to the box now, probably just to serve the penalty that Kalinowski originally picked up. I don't see any additional Decatur players in there yet. And I don't see anything on the board yet either. Interesting turn of events here in the final minute. The Eels already hold a 5-0 lead in this one. Perhaps this gives Decatur a little incentive and possibly some open ice. As I said, I don't see anybody in the Decatur side of the box, and they've put 2 players in for Florida. So there you go. There's a 5-minute major going to Kalinowski. So if the Blaze is going to get back into this game, this could be their opportunity. We have 4-on-3 right now. Both teams have a player in there already. So lots of ice out there. Roshak in to take the draw for the Blaze. He's knocked out the puck. Tried to get it back to the blue line, but the defender had come in to help. So Melanson with it now. His long pass is knocked off the stick of Smith. Now it's pushed all the way into the Decatur end, where the Eels are going to gain control. That was a great chance there for Colton Crabtree. Here's a breakaway. Big stop for the Eels. And the rebound. So Paulson has not been all that busy this period, but he just came up with a couple of big stops right there for the Florida Eels to deny a couple of Blaze players. I believe it was Smith with the original chance, and I think maybe it was Roshak with the rebound. This period comes to an end. We're halfway through this game. Decatur Blaze 0, Florida Eels 1. But as I said, a good chance for the Blaze to get back in this if they can make something happen on this big major power play they have. They still have 4:25 on that. They'll be playing 4-on-3 for 68 seconds of it before they turns into a 5-on-4. So we're going to take a break. I'm going to see if I can get some updated scoring and some updated lineups.